to Foyle Vineyard Kids Online. It is so good to have you. So tell me this, how's your week been? It's been thumbs up, thumbs down, somewhere in the middle? What's been going on? Well, I want to tell you about one thumbs up moment I had this week. And that is yesterday, my husband Ben came home and he brought a present. Do you know what he brought? Not much of it left, but you can see what's left. He brought a pear and almond tart from the bakery. Now this is gorgeous. It's like a cake and it tastes like marzipan. If you like marzipan, it was lovely. But let me ask you, has it ever happened in your house where you've had a piece of cake and you look around the table at everybody else and you think, I think my piece is the smallest? What did you do? Did it feel like it wasn't fair? You see, in our house, when we're cutting something up in family, it is so important to make sure that everybody's is exactly the same size. Or do you know what? There would be a fight about it. Does that happen to you too? You see, we like things to be really fair, right? We like to have the same amount as somebody else. And do you know that God actually likes things to be fair too? But as well as that, He is amazingly kind. And He goes way further past than just being fair when He shows us His love and He ends up giving to us what we even don't deserve. And if He had a cake, the piece He would give you would be so big you couldn't even measure it. That's how kind He is. But unfortunately, even though God's like that with us, we sometimes forget to pass that kindness on to others. Sometimes we're not as kind, loving, or giving us much forgiveness to somebody because we think they don't deserve it, and it just doesn't feel fair. But you know, God treated us with kindness and love and showed us kindness even when we don't deserve it. And He wants us to be like Him and do the same for others. So I want to read you a story today from the Bible, and do you know what? It's a wee bit of a funny story. I think Jesus has a sense of humour too. And you can find this in your Bible at home in the book of Matthew, chapter 7. Okay, and we're going to read the first 5 verses. And it says this is Jesus talking to people. He says, "Don't judge other people, and you will not be judged. You will be judged in the same way that you judge others, and the forgiveness you give to others will be given to you." And then he says this very funny story. He says, "Why do you notice the little tiny speck of dust in your brother's eye, but you don't notice the huge big plank of wood sticking out of your eye? Why do you say to your brother, 'Let me pick that little speck of dust out of your eye'? Look at yourself first. You still have a big plank of wood coming from your eye." He says, "You're a hypocrite." A hypocrite just means that what you say and what you do don't match up. First, take the wood out of your own eye, and then you'll be able to see clearly to help take the dust out of your brother's eye. That's a very funny thing Jesus is saying, isn't it? He's saying that when you judge somebody and you don't be kind to them because you're only seeing their faults or what's wrong with them, then it's a bit like whenever you come up with a big plank of wood sticking out of your eye. I think that's quite funny. You see, we have been talking about being full of power and living as God's superheroes. And as that, He wants us to be able to help people when they make a mistake or when they get it wrong and be able to be kind, showing them what is right. When we look at somebody kindly with God's supersonic vision of love, we can help them when they make mistakes or when they trip up. But if we're just cross at them for not getting it right, then it's a bit like we can't see it all and we're of no help. It's like we've lost our supersonic vision because we're looking with judgment in our heart. Jesus says it's like we've got a big plank in our eye. So kids, that's our story for today. And I want you to have a wee think about that in your family as you have a chat. And why not spend some time with God today, thanking Him for how generous and kind He is to us, and help us learn how to pass that kindness and generousness on to others. It's been so good being with you. If you've just joined us from our YouTube page, can I really encourage you to jump over our website now for vineyard.co.uk/kids, where the rest of today's programme is and how you can connect with God right now. He would just love to connect with you. Love being with you. See you next week. Take care.